What up guys, today in Black Desert, we're going over how to make one of the best meals for experience to level up your cooking life skill. So if you're trying to hit your first guru level, or if your aim is to hit guru 50, this is definitely the meal that you want to focus on. So we'll be taking a look at what ingredients that you need, how to make each individual ingredient, and how to get those materials for those ingredients. So this includes the nodes and gathering locations, so be prepared to spend some contribution points. So the meal that we'll be making today is a Valencia meal. By far, in my opinion, this is the best meal that you can cook to earn massive amounts of XP for cooking. On top of that, you can make guru boxes and turn them in each day for a good amount of silver. And if you're not into making imperial boxes, you can always just sell them straight to the central market, and that's also profitable. Either way, you cannot go wrong with making these meals. So before we start, it is important to know you must be at least at the level of professional 6 cooking before you can start this meal. There's 5 ingredients that are required to make the Valencia meal: the Taft Sandwich, the King of Jungle Hamburg, couscous, fig pie, and date palm wine. Each of these ingredients have a number of materials that you need to get to make them. You can always try to buy the ingredients off the central market, but you may be at a loss when it comes to making silver from these meals. So I highly advise that you get as many of the materials as you can yourself, so you have a pure profit when you're trying to sell these meals or turning them into guru boxes. So first up, we have the Taft Sandwich. What makes up the Taft Sandwich is Freaka snake stew, and I'm only going to be referring to that as snake stew from now on, grilled scorpion, Taft bread, and red sauce. Of all the ingredients, this is my least favorite ingredient to make, and that's because of the snake stew and the grilled scorpion, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So to make the snake stew, you'll need snake meat, freaka, star anise, and mineral water. So let's start with the snake meat. Unfortunately, you will not be able to buy this from the central market, and that's just because it's rarely listed due to its high demand. On the other hand, it is a very good material to sell to the market for silver if you're just looking for a profit, because again, people are always trying to buy this material. So you'll need to gather the snake meat yourself, and a great place to do that is right next to the Shire ruins. I did make a video on this. It's a real chill rotation that you can use, so check that out if you're having trouble trying to find snakes. You can also gather scorpions and red meat at the same location. You'll need both of these for other ingredients in the Valencia meal. The next 2 materials that you need is freaka and star anise. They can both be obtained from nodes. The nodes that I'm currently using for freaka are the Valencia Plantation, which is next to the Valencia City, and the Bamboo Valley. For star anise, the nodes that you can use are Kamach Canyon and Shikatu Farmland. The last material that you need is mineral water, and that can be brought from any cook vendor in a major city. So once you have enough materials, you can put those together and cook the snake stew. Next on the list is grilled scorpion. For that, we need scorpion meat, butter, hot pepper, and nutmeg. We face the same situation getting scorpion meat as we did with the snake meat. It's rarely available on the market. The good thing is, you can gather scorpion meat in the same location as the snake meat, the Shire ruins. While you're gathering the snake meat, you should see some scorpions sitting around, and you can just go ahead and kill them and butcher them. Butter is made with cream and salt through the shaking processing skill. The cream is made by shaking, but with sugar and milk. Just like the mineral water, sugar and salt can be brought from any cooking vendor, and you can get milk from a few different methods. For the milk, you can play the cow milking mini game. You can farm haystacks. I personally use the farming method because you can also get red meat when you collect the haystacks, which again is another material that you need for this meal. And you can also buy milk straight off the central market if it's not already sold out. So staying on the topic of farming, the next material that you need is hot pepper. To get this, you can buy it straight off the central market, or you can set up a farm and grow them yourself. You can buy the seeds off the market and plant them. I typically always have some peppers growing along with my haystacks. They're both a good source of AFK income if you do not decide to use these materials for yourself. For nutmeg, you can get that at the Bazaar Farmland node and the Iris node. With those ingredients, you should now be able to make the grilled scorpion. Now on to Taft bread. 3 of the 4 materials that you need, mineral water, leaving agent, and salt, can again be brought from the cooking vendor. The Taft flour can be made from using processing to grind Taft. And there's a few nodes that you can send your workers to get Taft. Kaposha, Titum Valley, Bazaar Farmland, Atlas Farmland, and Fohalam Farm. Cook each of those materials together and you'll get Taft bread. Next is red sauce. You can get base sauce, mineral water, and sugar from the cooking vendor, and you'll need to gather red meat from killing various animals in the wild like wolves, deers, and boars. A good spot to get red meat is around Imp Cave by killing wolves. Another spot that's good is the same exact location that I mentioned earlier, the Shire Ruins. In the same spot that you can get the scorpion and snake meat, there's rock boars sitting around that you can kill and gather red meat. And honestly, I really think that they just made this spot for people that want to make Valencia meals. So with the snake stew, the grilled scorpion, the Taft bread, and the red sauce, you can start making Taft sandwiches. Now let's look at the couscous. We need snake stew, we already went over that, Taft flour dough, nutmeg, something that we also covered, and paprika. The Taft flour can easily be made from processing Taft flour and mineral water together by shaking. You can get the paprika by sending a worker to the northern wheat plantation node, or you can buy it straight from the vendor. And the vendor that I typically use is Milano and Calpheon. You can just stack up on these as much as you want as long as you have the silver. So with those 4 ingredients, you can make the couscous. Next up is the king of jungle hamburger. We have lion meat, Taft bread, which we covered, pickled vegetables, and nutmeg, again, which we covered. Lion meat is another one of those materials that you'll rarely find on the market and you'll have to go gather yourself. You can find lions near the Ancado Inner Harbor. I usually look for the monster icon that's right outside the harbor and just set a path to that location. When you get there, there'll be lions walking around in packs. You just have to find a good rotation that you're comfortable with and start gathering the lion meat. Now the lions will attack you, so make sure that you don't go AFK too long or you'll probably come back and be sad. So for the pickled vegetables, you'll need a vegetable, vinegar, leaving agent, and sugar. If you don't have a good source for vegetables, you can use the paprika that you brought from Milano, or you can use the Northern Wheat Farm. You can also get pumpkins from the Alejandro Farm node and the Casa Farm node. Vinegar is made from combining the wheat, fruit, leaving agent, and sugar. Now there's several nodes that have some form of wheat, and one of them is the same node as the paprika node, the Northern Wheat Plantation. Any node that has potatoes, corn, barley, or wheat can be used. If you're looking for fruit, you can buy that again from Milano, just like with the paprika. There's also the Costa Farm node that's near Olivia, where you can send workers to gather grapes. So with the paprika, vinegar, leaving agent, and sugar, you can now make the pickled vegetables. Now that you have all the ingredients for jungle hamburg, fig pie is up next. You'll need fig, corn dough, sugar, and olive oil. Fig can be found at the Achman node and the Chakatu farmland node. Corn dough, or almost any other dough, can be used by processing any type of wheat flour and mineral water through shaking. Sugar and olive oil, go to the cooking vendor. Cook those together and you'll get your fig pie. For the final ingredient, date palm wine, you'll need date palm, essence of liquor, sugar, and leaving agent. The nodes that you can use for date palm are Crescent Shrine, Valencia Plantation, and Erdel Farm. Essence liquor can be made from cooking wheat flour, fruit, and leaving agent together. Now that we have each of the materials that are needed to make the Valencia meal, there's only one thing to do. So let me know down in the comments what you're planning to use the Valencia meals for, whether that's making guru boxes, selling on the market, or something else. But that's it for now. If you enjoyed this one and learned something new, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, bang on that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.
I should've been a skater, maybe a heartbreaker, some kind of creator.